with television preemptions usually negatively affecting shows even at their peak runs with several weeks to re-establish the viewing habit. WCW in its current state, in addition to the uncertainty in every department of the company, got a major blow in the past month to return to its regular Monday night time slot for the first time since December 18th, with things not looking to change in the near future as TNT already announced Nitro to air on Tuesday on January 22nd, giving more indications on the current placing of WCW in the TNT pecking order for the show that once dominated cable television and drove TNT on its back to the top of the network charts, with Ric Flair opening the show in a promo trying to hype the upcoming Sin pay-per-view in 6 days with only 2 TV shows left to start and close the build-up to the event, confronted by Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner to book them against each other for the main event. With everyone in the company waiting for the imminent sale announcement, with the deadline for a deal at one point said to be before the official AOL-Time Warner merger this month, rumors continued on Eric Bischoff putting plans in place to revamp the company after taking over with a base in Vegas similar to the early days of Nitro at Disney's MGM Studios to cut costs and establish a new image for the company. And if there was one sign of encouragement for WCW on the night, it was the total viewership for the first hour remaining in the same range of its last Monday show on December 18th, drawing over 3 million viewers between 8 to 9, showing that either the core of the WCW audience or more WWF viewers remembered to tune into the show despite it not airing for 3 weeks, starting with a 2.4 rating before peaking at a 2.6 to close the hour, with Nitro crossing over the top of the hour with a Seed vs Shane Douglas match going 4 minutes, with Seed going over followed by Terry Funk coming out for a promo, opening the first opposed quarter with the 1.8 rating. After the past 2 weeks of tape draw shows on Christmas and New Year's Eve, the WWF was back to regularly scheduled programming, with Vince McMahon opening the live broadcast heading into perhaps the highest profile period of his career in the next several months, with the launch of the XFL and the build-up to what is targeted to be the biggest event in company history at WrestleMania 17. With Vince during the week doing one of his longest interviews to date on his personal and professional life with Playboy magazine, talking about the launch of the Football League as well as his struggles growing up, while again saying that he's interested in buying WCW under the right circumstances, responding to a question of turning the tide after losing for over 80 weeks, saying that he knew they would come up on top as it was only a matter of time before the WWF created new younger stars who are now tied to long-term contracts, unlike the major stars of the 80s who jumped after he trusted their word without a written deal with the company, as the Vince segment saw Austin and Angle joining to hype their main event later tonight to kick off Raw with a 4.2 rating. Nitro was able to maintain its entire audience through the second quarter with a 1.8 rating, having the end of the Terry Funk Crowbar promo hyping their hardcore match with Meng on Sunday, and Bill Goldberg teaming with his trainer Dwayne Bruce to put his career on the line in a tag match against Kronik, while Raw saw the continuation of its opening segment ending with Angle laying out Austin with a belt shot to set the stage for their title match with major hype in the next 2 hours. As with the WWF top of the card loaded with established star power at their physical peak, JR on his weekly report officially confirmed that he met with Shawn Michaels on December 30th to start talks of Michaels making the return to the ring, starting rumors about a series of money matches heading into WrestleMania, with the most obvious one being a singles match against Triple H, with Rock and Austin set to face each other in the main event, and with both previously having legit heat with Michaels, with JR looking to potentially start negotiations with Michaels on a new deal with his current contract expiring in the next several months. After holding steady in the first 30 minutes of the opposed hour, Nitro plummeted between 9:30 to 10 p.m. with two of the lowest quarters in show history, as first the Thriller's mystery opponents' last man standing match, which turned out to be Nash and Page, saw Nitro dropping to a 1.5 rating, while Raw at the same time had a Rock interview hyping the Rumble match as the biggest in history, while sending a message to Austin saying that if he wins the title tonight he's gonna have a date with Destiny, as he will have to face Rock as the Rumble winner for the title, as after all the subtle exchanges over the past 3 months continuing the slow build-up before officially kicking it off on the way to WrestleMania 17. WCW's main event of Scott Steiner vs Jeff Jarrett, which saw Flair threatening to strip Steiner off the title and take Jarrett off the pay-per-view title match, rebounded over 100,000 viewers in the final quarter, but still remained at record low territory with a 1.5 rating, with Nitro feeling the effects of the past several weeks, which decimated any viewing pattern of regular and casual viewers, ended up during the opposed hour doing a 1.7 rating overall, making it Nitro's lowest rated head-to-head hour in Monday Night Wars history, ending the show with a four-way brawl for the title match on Sunday without any momentum to the Sin pay-per-view due to the weeks of preemptions on TNT, with Raw against it not picking up lost viewers, as the combined audience between both shows during the 9 to 10 p.m. hour was at around 7.2 million viewers, among the lowest viewership totals in years since before the current boom period exploded, with the year-on-year comparison seeing a massive drop from over 9.8 million viewers on the same week in January 2000. After largely staying in the same range for the entire hour while steadily growing with no major bumps or drops, Raw jumped big at the top of the hour with the Rock and Referees vs Kane and Rikishi match crossed over 10 p.m. to spike over 1.2 million viewers to the highest rated quarter of the night, 5.3 rating, going 6 minutes with Rock fighting off Kane and Rikishi until Undertaker ran in for the save to build to a loaded Star Power Rumble match, with Vince McMahon booking Rock, Taker, Kane and Rikishi in a four-way match for SmackDown Thursday, with the winner entering number 30 in the Rumble, setting up the big main event for SmackDown, which continues to be the company's most watched program by a wide margin, including the unprecedented situation of last Thursday's SmackDown with over 7.3 million viewers outdrawing the combined Draw and Nitro audience on the night. One positive sign for the WWF on the night was that unlike the first hour, which dropped 600,000 viewers from the unopposed first hour on New Year's Eve, the second hour going unopposed on both nights increased from 6.1 to 6.4 million viewers, driven by the Rock vs Kane and Rikishi match in the Austin vs Angle main event, with Raw holding steady in the half hour between both matches, first with a Edge, Christian and Dudley segment which saw them bringing out Dudley Parents Imposters to build their tag titles match at the Rumble. Rock had a major crossover appearance 2 days ago, unveiling the Xbox console alongside Microsoft owner Bill Gates in Las Vegas on Saturday, with Microsoft in the highest-profile media interview to promote the launch of the Xbox on US 8 today, saying that Rock represents what the new platform is targeting to market itself as, which is cutting-edge cool, and that Rock's fanbase are the primary target audience of the console, with Rock in addition to the appearance on Saturday returning to WWF house shows on the same night at the Anaheim Pond in his first non-televised match since September. As with house show numbers slowing down from the peak in the past few months, Rock's return saw two massive sold-out crowds of over 13 and 16,000 people on back-to-back nights in Anaheim and Sacramento, headlining in two tag matches of Rock and Undertaker vs. Kane and Rikishi on the first night, and Rock, Austin and Taker against Angle, Rikishi and Kane on the second, with JR noting on the Ross Report a day before Rock's return that his road schedule will be limited going forward, with mostly TV tapings, pay-per-views and major market events, with him preparing for his first lead role in The Scorpion King, set to start shooting in April. Austin and Angle, which on the Big House show Saturday were booked to work against each other in a singles match when the plans for Raw were known, made their entrances at 10:53 p.m. with an over 16-minute commercial-free block to end the broadcast, and went all out to put on a strong performance in the TV main event, going 12 minutes to jump over 800,000 viewers to a peak 5.7 rating in the 11-minute overrun, seeing Austin and Angle exchange a series of suplexes, with Austin having the match won until Triple H made his return to cost him the title, ending the show in an intense brawl as Raw overall drew a 4.8 rating, up from the past few weeks but not at the level of the usual viewership boost expected at the start of the new year, with less sports competition to bring questions of if the usual patterns will continue with the show now on TNN, with hopes of momentum picking up heading into the Rumble pay-per-view and beyond in the next several weeks.